Well, hey, hi, welcome to my channel. What you just saw me shooting was this Beretta Stampede. This revolver was made in Italy by Uberti back in 2000s, I think around 2005, 6, 7. I think they stopped making them about 2010. I like this revolver because just the fit and finish on it. It was just a beautiful revolver. And I also liked it. You don't have the firing pin on the hammer. They have this safety, one of these safety transfer bars, kind of like a Ruger. So you can carry these with all 6 chambers loaded, and the firing pin's never going to rest on a loaded round. I think at the time that these come out, Beretta had acquired or was buying a part of Uberti, or they joined for it, something of the effect. But like I said, they discontinued these in 2010, and you can see, and I've had this for about 15 years now, and you can see just by the cylinder that, there's no drag marks. You don't see the line that you would usually see in these from just running them. And I've shot the revolver quite a bit, and there's still no lines on it. So even just monkeying around like what I'm doing right now, it's timed very well. So we shot 6 into the bull. Let's go back out and we'll shoot another 6 and see what goes on after that. Lose that shot. Okay, we're back. You can see, we're able to keep them in the bullseye except for one. And, there was a pretty specific reason why I missed that one. I jerked the gun. And I'm going to do a slow-mo. First, I'm going to do a slow motion on what it's like to hold the revolver and hit the target. And now you can see that, as I squeeze the trigger off, and you can see I have a yellow line below it, that the revolver just comes back like that. And that's just, that's the way you're supposed to shoot them. You're not really supposed to jerk them down. And on this next one, this will be the miss. And you can check the yellow line. What I did so that you could see it better was I just took a clip of the hammer falling about halfway down to there, and I just run that about 4 times so you could see it. And you're going to see the revolver just gently, it's going to jerk down and to the left a little bit. It's just going to, and that could be, that could be anticipation of recoil. It could be just the way I was gripping it, if I was holding it too hard, however, but you can see that this is what happens. So now you can see that that's probably what's going to happen when you anticipate recoil with a revolver. You're going to miss it, not by a little bit. And I have the target here. You can see this is the way it was set up on here. And you can see there's this shot, and then the rest of the shots are right here. There's quite a few shots in this clump here. I think 4 or 5, something like that. So, I mean, relatively accurate for the revolver's accurate. I'm not that great at it, but you know, you can see that there's promise if you were a really good revolver shooter. Now, these have fixed sights, and there are ways that you can manage fixed sight for elevation. If you shoot a lighter bullet, you could shoot a 200 grain bullet out of these 45 long Colt. These are a Colt clone, so you know, I think an original black powder loading would have been. I'm loading about 6.5 grains of Trail Boss powder over 255 grain Lee cast bullet. You can see over here, and I've tried it with the 200 grain, and it will go below the bullseye. So if I hold center bullseye, those rounds would drop below the 4-inch circle. So not for fixed sights, I really can't use the 200 grain. Now the 255 grain, what I believe 6.5 grains of Trail Boss is just about the limit. So pretty close to probably 800-900 feet a second. So pretty close to a black powder load. Maybe not quite there, but close. But you know, they shoot kind of right where I'm aiming, except when I'm aiming the revolver, I'm probably holding right about the 4 o'clock position, so somewhere right around in there. And I guess in order to really fix that, what you would have to do would be send the revolver back to the factory, and somehow they would turn the barrel a little bit, you know, one way or the other. And I never did. It just, I know how, you know, I know where it hits, so that's how I aim it. And, you know, that's kind of how it works. So overall, a really nice revolver. It's a shame. Uberti still makes plenty of Colt clones, but there was only a few of them that had the Beretta stamp on them, and this is one of them. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope it was interesting. You could see that, you know, shooting a revolver and jerking the gun, it's one thing to do it at 15 yards, but if you do it at 25 or 30 or 40 yards, you know, a miss like this is going to be feet away. You're going to miss the whole cardboard. I mean, it's just, you know, at 10 or 15 yards, you can see the difference that just a little bit of a pull down makes. But when you get up into the, you know, the 25, 35, 40 yards, it's just, you're going to be plowing dirt. So that's really all I have to say about the Beretta. It's a beautiful revolver. So, hey, I appreciate you joining me. And if you haven't already subscribed, we would appreciate if you would subscribe, like, and share the video. And I will see you again next week. Have a great day.